Chag Sameach, everyone! Hi!
Modim l'simcha.
Happy Independence Day, Israel. We are broadcasting here live from the diaspora. You know, that little place that borders Israel. Let's just remind ourselves. Now, this is the world, and this is Israel, and just across the border is the diaspora. There we have it. You remember us? Okay, so good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are watching in the world. My name is Raymond.
And I'm Julie. We are your hosts for the very first ever online Yom Ha'atzmaut challenge brought to you by Etgar.
72 years ago, on the 14th of May, 1948, David Ben-Gurion announced the establishment of the State of Israel, from what looks like right in the middle of sitting for a portrait of the Last Supper. Go figure.
Go figure, you're right. Every fifth of a year since that day, the streets of Israel, as we know, have been filled with revelers. In fact, we can go live now to catch some of those celebrations. It's even wilder on the beach. Even wilder. Even Jerusalem is getting into the party spirit.
But whilst we can't celebrate together, we can celebrate separately, together. You know what I mean? So as part of this unique celebration, we are going to begin the Etgar Israel Challenge in a couple of minutes. And all of you who are watching at home, you can all take part.
So all you need to do is have one mobile phone for each team. So if you're at home with friends, what are you doing? You should be isolating. Get out of there.
Assuming your team is legitimate, you just need one mobile phone per team, or a tablet will do. We are going to play this quiz on Kahoot. Now, don't worry if you've never heard of Kahoot before. If you do have the Kahoot app already on your phone, please open it now and just get ready. And if you don't have it, don't worry at all. You can just play the game by going directly to kahoot.it from your phone's browser. I'll spell that out. That's KAHOOT.it. Kahoot.it. That's all you need to do.
And while you're doing that, while you're finding Kahoot, let's just remind ourselves that 1948 was the year that the first Polaroid camera, amazingly, went on sale. London hosted the Summer Olympics. Velcro was patented. The game of Scrabble was launched, and the State of Israel was born. It's been 72 years. Hasn't time just flown by? So now the Etgar challenge is going to begin in a few minutes. So please make sure that you've opened the Kahoot app or gone to Kahoot on the browser, on your phone. And we're going to look in a moment at quite a lot of people who are joining us. We have got people from all over us. We have got Israel, we have got the United States, we have got France, we've got Belgium. It's all happening.
Fantastic. We're already over, by the looks of it, over 10,000 participants, which is just incredible. If you want to send us comments or tweet about the event, just use the hashtag Etgar2020. That's ETGAR 2020. That's all you have to do. So there have been some people already sending messages in. Let's have a quick hello to just a few of those. Let's have a quick look who we've got. We've got Michelle and Zach in London. Hi, Michelle and Zach. Hope you're enjoying yourself. The Habs Boys team, that's the Habs Boys school in the UK, and a team from the Akiva Yavna Academy in Dallas. Well, Chag Sameach to all of you in Dallas.
To absolutely everybody. And we've got Marcos in Chile, we've got Nava in Israel, we've got Sarah in Panama, and we've got Gina in Australia. We've also got Zoltan in Uzbekistan, and we've got Luz and the Jacobs Etgar team, plus a team from Herzliya School in Cape Town, all the way from Cape Town. Amazing.
That is phenomenal. It truly is an international quiz that we're all taking part in. So welcome to all of you, wherever it is that you find yourself across the Jewish world. And please do keep the comments coming in. We'll try and do a few more shout outs later.
We certainly will. And to keep us, not to keep us going, but to kick us off at the very beginning, we are incredibly proud to welcome the Chief Rabbi of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, Rabbi Ephraim Mervis.
I was delighted to hear about the Yom Ha'atzmaut Etgar Israel Challenge. And to all the students participating, I say B'hatzlacha, good luck, enjoy the experience, and may God bless you all. Chag Sameach.
So this is how the quiz works. The very first round is going to be a knockout round for everybody. So at the end of that, what we're going to do is choose a few of the top contestants to compete in a by the finalists, however you do.
The whole quiz is multiple choice. So even if you don't know the answer, you can guess. It's quite easy. We're going to walk you through all of the steps. Don't worry. Please just follow along with us at our pace because we need everyone to begin the quiz at exactly the same time. Don't be tempted to press any button until we tell you to do so. That's something I say to my children all the time. You should all now have Kahoot open on your mobile phone or your tablet. Don't do anything yet. App, then please press on the button at the bottom of the screen. There it is, the bottom of the screen, which says Game Pin or Enter Pin. And if you're using Kahoot.it, then you'll go straight through to this screen. And this is where you should all be right now. Okay, we're going to give you the PIN number, and you're going to have to enter the PIN number there. So the PIN number is coming up on the screen. It is 09206315. That's 09206315. Pop that in and press enter. Well done. We can see that loads of you are doing that. Okay, great. And now when you log in, you'll be asked for your mobile telephone number. It's really important. Please do put that in because this is the only way that we can contact you, those of you that are going to go through to our final round. There will be a bunch of you that come through this round into the final round. We're going to have to contact you really quickly by your mobile phone. And that means you have to include your country code. Don't assume we know where it is in the world you are. Put your country code, your mobile number, and we will contact you. Once you've done that and you've pressed next, Kahoot will either automatically allocate you a name, a team name, or it will ask you to pick one. If you're picking one, please do it nice and quickly. Soon as you've done that, there we go. You should now be in the game and you should see this screen, but please do not press the OK Go button yet. Don't press it. Even though we're highlighting it on the screen and you're tempted, do not press it. In this game, there really is one simple rule. If you want to win, you need to wait for us to tell you when to move on. We'll do it every time. We'll tell you when to click next or go. If you move on before we tell you to do so, then your time to answer a question is going to run out before we've asked you the question. So please just trust us, stay with us, and we'll give you all of the prompts you need. The questions will come up on the screen each time, and you'll get 4 possible answers. On your phone or your tablet, you will see, like on this example, you'll see the 4 answers, the exact same answers that we've just read out and that you've seen on our screen. All you have to do is click one of them. You can't change your mind. Once you've clicked one, you've clicked one. Take a guess if you don't know. You've got to do it within the 20 seconds on the countdown clock. And that's it. Okay, I think we've talked enough to give you enough time to get into the quiz. There should be enough people in the quiz right now. That means we can start very, very soonly. Very, very shortly. We'll just give you a little bit more time because I'm being told that there are loads of people trying to join at the same time.
A number of people trying to come in. We can see people signing in from, we've got the UK, we've got Israel, we've got the USA, we've got Uzbekistan. Hello, Zoltan. Amazing. Raymond.
I'm being told to say hello to Bence from Hungary. Hello, Bence. I don't know how to say that in Hungarian. Soli in Turkey. Thank you for joining us. Mirit in Mexico. Chag Sameach to Mirit. Welcome to everyone. We're really wherever you are in Israel or across the diaspora.
We're really happy to see you. We do know that some of you might be the type of people, you know who you are, who might be tempted to cheat just a little bit, just a teeny weeny bit, but please resist that temptation. We are all just here to have fun. That's the whole point of this. Exactly. And believe me, when you see the prizes on offer, I can tell you, you are going to be so grateful you didn't even think of cheating.
Too right. Okay, I think we have enough people already logged in. If you're late, you're just going to have to catch up. So, are we ready at home? Is that a nod? Yes, that's a nod from everyone at home. Okay, so let's begin. This is how we're going to do this. Question 1 we'll do a little bit differently. We're going to do question 1 nice and slowly, step by step, to walk you through it. It's a nice, easy question as well. So just wait. Get your phone with your Kahoot. Now you can press OK, go. Now. Okay, great. So here's question 1. What is the most popular snack in Israel? You've got 20 seconds starting now. You've got these four options. Which of these four is the most popular snack in Israel? Is it bamba? Is it apropos? Is it bisli? Or is it krembo? We all know you've all got your own favorite, but what's the most popular snack in Israel? Here we go. You've got 10 seconds left. That's it. Time up. Now, press next just once to see the purple scoreboard, but do not press next again until one of us tells you to, because that will just start the next question and you'll be racing ahead. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, we're going to run the quiz straight through from now. There are 23 questions left because that was question 1 and that does count. After every 8 questions, we'll review the answers and make sure that you all know what they are. Hopefully, enough of you out there have understood what on earth is going on and you'll be able to join in. If you're sitting there perplexed, you've got no idea, then just sit back, relax. You've only got another 12 months to wait before you can join in next year's Yom Ha'atzmaut quiz. So let's move on to question 2. Now's the time to press next right now. Question 2. So much technology is developed in Israel that Israel has been called, which one of these 4 nicknames has it been called? Is it Jugal? Is it Silicon Oasis? Is it Startup Nation? Or is it Hummus and Chips? Which one of these 4? Jugal, Silicon Oasis, Startup Nation, or Hummus and Chips? You've got 9 seconds left.
Okay, we're moving now to question 3. Press next on your mobile phone now. What is the name of this character from Shtisel? What is the name of this character from Shtisel coming up on your screen? Is it Rochami? Is it Giti? Is it Aliza? Or is it Elisheva? You have got 13 seconds counting down from now. Good luck.
Fantastic. We're on question 4, so press next on your mobile phone now. We've got a lovely question for you history buffs. Where was the first Zionist Congress held? It was in 1897, but which of these 4 European cities was it held in? Was it in Paris, Paris? Was it in Basel? Was it in Bad Gastein? Or was it in Blackpool? Which of those 4 was it? If you're not sure, just take a guess. Make sure you do it before the time's up. Fantastic.
And we're coming on now to question 5. Press next on your phone now. In what year did this iconic handshake take place? In what year did this handshake take place? Was it 1978, 1983, 1989, or was it 1993? Which of those years was the one in which this handshake took place? 7 seconds, counting down.
Well done, everyone. Okay, now we are on to question number 6. Press next now to get that question. For those of you that have seen the Eli Cohen series on Netflix, it was a mini-series about his life, but who played Eli Cohen? Which one of these 4 actors played Eli Cohen in that series? Sacha Baron Cohen, Tony Shalhoub, was it Omid Jalili? Or could it have been Hanan Savion? You've got 10 more seconds. Make sure you get your answers in before time runs out.
And we are on to question number 7. Unbelievable already, it's going fast. Press next on your phone now. Who was the United States president when the State of Israel was established? Who was that president? Was it Dwight Eisenhower? Was it Franklin Roosevelt? Was it Harry Truman? Or was it Woodrow Wilson? Who was the president in that house? 10 seconds, counting down now.
Fantastic. And we are going to move swiftly on to question 8. And in order to ask question 8, please don't press next yet, because I am delighted to welcome one of my personal heroes to ask the question for us, and we'll repeat it afterwards. Now, this man spent 9 years as a refusnik in a Soviet prison. I'm sure you already know who it is. When he was finally released, He made Aliyah where his wife had been tirelessly campaigning for his release. And since then, he has served Israel as a politician, as a campaigner for human rights and for Soviet Jews, as chairman of the Jewish Agency, and currently as chairman of the Institute of the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy. So I am absolutely delighted and honored that we are joined right now by Mr. Natan Sharansky.
So my question is, how many Jews made Aliyah from the former Soviet Union?
So thank you so much, Mr. Sharansky. Everyone, you can press next on your phone now. Approximately how many Jews have come to Israel from the Soviet Union since 1989? We're not asking for the exact number, just approximately. Which one of these is it? Is it 500,000? Could it be higher than that, 700,000? As much as 800,000? Or even 1 million? You've got 12 more seconds, so choose one of those or take a guess.
So how are you doing? How is it going? Tough, middling, not so, well, let's see. What we're going to do now is go over those 8 questions and answers quickly. Don't press any buttons on your phone now, or what you might do is trigger the next round before we've even got a chance to answer the questions. So just take a break while Raymond and I go over the answers. Raymond.
So fingers away from the buzzers and we'll give you these answers. Question 1, nice and easy. You all knew this, I think. What is the most popular snack in Israel? Let's have a look on the screen. The answer was, of course, bamba.
That is just greedy, just greedy.
Oh, you've caught me. Here you go. Really? I've got a pack for you. I don't know if you can. Sorry about that. Talking with my mouth full now. I think we all know that Israelis go nuts for bamba. That's going to choke me up now. Bamba makes up around 25% of the entire Israeli snack market, not all bought by me. They sell 1 million bags every single day. It's unbelievable. And a fact that I think most of you know was that a recent study showed that bamba is the key reason why Israeli children have a much lower level of nut allergies. So incredibly tasty and scientifically proven. What more could you ask for?
Okay, we're on to question number 2. So much technology is developed in Israel that it has been called, which of the following? What was it called? Coming up on your screen. Which is the right answer? It is Startup Nation, as you knew. Hummus and chips, though, is the Israeli version of the Big Mac and fries. Okay, on to question number 3, which was, what is the name of this character from Shtisel? What is the name? What was the name of that character from Shtisel? And the answer is Gitty. The answer is Gitty. Of course, you all knew that. You knew that.
Of course they did. So many of them did. Now, the first Zionist Congress, loads of people knew this one. It was in 1897. Which European city? The clue I'll give you now is Switzerland. You'll kick yourself if you didn't know it. It was Basel. And everything could have been so different, though, if the answer really was Blackpool. If Herzl would have brought the Congress to Blackpool, for those of you outside of the UK, Blackpool is a seaside town. It's not only where British political parties go for their annual conferences, it also has the biggest theme park in the UK. So here's our artist impression of what the first Zionist Congress would have looked like if it had been held in Blackpool. And if you look really closely, you'll see Ahad Ha'am at the back, and I think that's Max Nordau there at the front.
Really closely, really closely. Okay, question number 5. In what year did that handshake take place? What year was it? That famous handshake. And the answer was, it was 1993. 1993. It feels so long ago. Look at that. Not a care in the world for social distancing. What are they doing? Like you said.
I know, I look at the screen and all I think is, I hope you wash your hands and sing happy birthday twice at the end of that.
At least
anyway.
Twice, at least twice.
Question 6. So many of you, by the looks of the answers, so many of you have watched the series or read about the series all about Eli Cohen in the Netflix mini-series. And who was it that played him? Of course, you know it was. It was Britain's own Sacha Baron Cohen, of course. Many of us remember him for that memorable character, Borat. And every time he played Borat, Kazakh journalist who goes to America, every time he spoke in Kazakh, we all know that it was actually Sacha Baron Cohen speaking in Ivrit. Perfect.
So we all have to watch it again just to catch that. Yeah. Question number 7. Who was the US president when the state of Israel was established? Who was United States president in the House? And it was Harry Truman, that answer, whose old Jewish business partner famously persuaded him to meet Chaim Weizmann, who came all across America and was not welcomed. But the rest, as we say, is history.
And finally, question number 8, which was, we were honored to have that question asked by Mr. Natan Sharansky. He asked us how many Jews have come to Israel from the Soviet Union since 1989. I mean, take a guess on one of those numbers, but it was actually quite close to 1 million. 1 million, that's incredible. Okay, so that's the first 8 questions. How did you do at home? How are you thinking? And have we caused any broiguses or any arguments at home between you? You should have given the answer that I said. Are you feeling confident? Are we ready to go straight on? I think we should go straight on, Julie.
I can hear the confidence. It's coming our way. Okay, press next on your mobile phone on that screen now. Question 9. How many members of the Knesset are there? How many members of the Knesset are there? Is it 72, 120, 200, or 248? Which one is it? How many sitting in that iconic, incredible building? 8 seconds, counting down.
46, 47, 48. Oh,
He's
sorry.
counting. He's counting.
Caught me. I was trying to peer through the window and see if I could count, but it didn't work. So I'll move on. That was a bit embarrassing to be caught cheating. Don't cheat at home. We're on question 10 now. So press next on your mobile phones. Don't forget to do that now. And the next question is, which of these 4 people was the Prime Minister of Israel during the 6-Day War? Was it David Ben-Gurion? Maybe. Could it have been Moshe Sharet? Possibly. Perhaps Levi Eshkol? Or might it have been Golda Meir? Which one of those 4?
Let's see the answer. Okay, we are coming now on to question number 11. Geographical question here. Question number 11. And Israel lies on a major geographical fault line. What is that fault line called? What's it called? Is it the Syrian East African Rift? Is it the West Antarctic Rift? Could it be the Trans-Mesopotamian Rift? Or is it the Broigus Rift? Which one is it? Counting down. 6. Good luck. Quite a tough question.
It's a great question. And I don't know about you, Julie, but since I've been in lockdown with my family for 6 weeks, we have visited the Broigus Rift at least once or twice a day.
It sounds very painful, very painful.
So, you're reading the memoirs one day. Okay, let's move on to question 12. Now, press next on your mobile phone right now if you haven't done that. The words of the Hatikva, Israel's national anthem, were actually based on a poem by which one of these 4 people, which one of these 4 poets? Was it Natan Alterman, Naftali Herz-Imbel, Robert Frost, or Edward Lear? Which one of these 4? Natan Alterman, Naftali Herz-Imbel, Robert Frost, or Edward Lear? You've got about another 6 seconds, so stop arguing and get your answers in. That's it, time's up.
Okay, question number 13. Press next now for that. It's based on a beautiful quote. Who said it? Who said this? In Israel, to be a realist, you must believe in miracles. Who said that? Was it Chaim Weizmann, Harry Truman, David Ben-Gurion, or Natan Sharansky? Which of those individuals was responsible for that beautiful quote? 9 seconds, counting down. Good luck now.
Brilliant. I think we confused them with the picture. They weren't sure if the answer was Moshe Rabbeinu or Charlton Heston, but it was neither of those. So on to question 14. If you grab your mobile phone, you know what to do. Press next now and only now. It's a question about Operation Magic Carpet, which brought Jews to Israel from which of these 4 countries? If you don't remember, you can make a guess or look at the picture. Was it from Ethiopia? Did they come from Iraq? From the Sudan? Or could it have been Yemen? Oh, and I know one of you in your house knows it, so stop arguing, get your answers in. You've got 5 seconds to go. And time's up.
That is a fantastic photo. Amazing photo. Okay, our next question. Question 15. Press next now for question 15. The Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was a letter sent to which Lord Rothschild? Which one was it? Was it Evelyn? Was it Walter? Was it Jacob? Or was it Amsham? Which of those 4 Rothschilds? 10 seconds, counting down. Okay, and now, just before you press the next for the 16th question, we're really, really delighted to welcome Israel film and television star Yaakov Daniel.
I'm Yaakov Daniel. You may know me as Eli in Fauda. And I have a question for you. What does it mean? أنا بحبك in Arabic.
Thank you, Yaakov, and good luck with the new series. Okay, press next on your mobile phone now. What is the meaning of Yaakov's Arabic phrase? Ana b'habbak. Is it I love you? We're in this together. See you later. Or perfect. What is the meaning of that Arabic phrase? 12 seconds counting down. Okay, fantastic. How is it going? Middling. We're looking forward to hearing how the whole thing's going. We're going to go over something first. We're going to go over those last 8 questions and those answers. We're going to do it quite quickly. Please don't press any buttons on your phone, as we've said many times. Sorry to be boring, but we have to. Or you might trigger the next round before we've asked the questions. So just take a breather, which we're going to do too. We're going to breathe deeply while Raymond and I go over the answers. Okay, question number 9. How many members of the Knesset are there? And as you know, coming up now, let's have a look. Over there, the green and the square, the whatever that is, 120. 120.
No wonder I couldn't count them all. So we're on to question 10. And which one of these 4 was the Prime Minister of Israel during the Six-Day War? Judging by the results, lots of you seem to think it was Golda Meir. But actually, yes, the clever amongst you, those with the longer memories, knew it's Levi Eshkol. Well done, those of you that got that one right. That's great.
Okay, Israel lies on a major geographical fault line. Which one is it? Which one of the 4 does Israel lie on? And it is the Syrian East African Rift. Of course, Israel's always on the edge of the Broigus Rift, which we know, with a chance of volcanic eruptions at any time. Raymond, back to you for question number 12.
Question number 12. The words of the Hatikva, Israel's national anthem, they're based on a poem by which of these 4? Now, this did divide people between Natan Alterman, particularly Naftali Hertzimba. Yeah, there you go. It was Naftali Hertzimba. Now, I think some of you weren't quite sure who Edward Lear was. He is credited with inventing the limerick. So we wondered if the Hatikva had been based on his work, it might have gone something like this. Now, bear with me. Young Herzl stood on the veranda and declared we Jews need a homeland, sir. But I can't take the stress from the Ottoman press, so let's go build a state in Uganda. Thank you very much. I'm here all week. Well, actually, I'm usually at home.
Round of applause for Raymond. Okay, we're on to question number 13, and it was that beautiful, beautiful quote. Who said this? In Israel, to be a realist, you must believe in miracles. Who was it? Fantastic quote. I love it. And it was David Ben-Gurion. Beautiful quote, incredibly memorable. Raymond, back to you.
And the answer to question 14, Operation Magic Carpet brought Jews from which country to Israel? I think a lot of you were guessing because this was quite evenly divided amongst the answers, but the correct answer, of course, was Yemen. Some of you are going to be kicking yourselves you didn't get that one. So question 15.
The declaration was a letter sent to which Lord Rothschild? Which Lord Rothschild? Let's see. And it's coming up on the screen right now. And it was Walter. And Walter was a true eccentric. He was a true English eccentric. He had a passion for taxidermy. And he had one of the biggest collections in the whole world of stuffed animals. But he also had a carriage pulled by, would you believe it, zebras. A carriage pulled by zebras. Stunning.
We can assure you that is a genuine photograph,
Yes,
not one that our technical elves have made up for us. It's a phenomenal photo. Look it up. Okay, we had question 16 read out by someone far more handsome than I, so I'm going to try and do it justice. The question was, what is the meaning of the Arabic phrase "Anna bahabak"? And the answer is, I love you. Some of you got that by the Anna, sounding a bit like Ani in Hebrew, so you took a good guess, but quite a few of you got that. Well done. So, well done so far. That's the first 16 questions. We are now on to the final set of 8 questions on this half. There is everything still to play for to be one of our lucky finalists. So over to Julie for our next question.
Fast. We are moving past question 17. Please press next on your mobile phone now. Which one of the following was founded earliest? Which one of these places was founded earliest? Was it Rishon LeZion, Degania, Tel Aviv, or was it Neve Tzedek? Which one was founded earliest? It's coming up in 10 seconds. That's what we've got to answer the question. Beautiful photo.
Okay, time up. And question 18, this is a bit of a tricky one. If you know your history or your politics, you'll know it. Which United Nations committee in 1947 recommended that Palestine be partitioned into Jewish and Arab states? These are all UN committees, but which one of them recommended that Palestine be partitioned into Jewish and Arab states? Was it UNRWA? Was it UNIFIL? Was it UNSCOP? Or was it UNIPAL? Which one of those four? I'll give you another 6 seconds, and then you've got to get your answers in. And that's time up on that one.
And we are on to question number 19. Please press next. Now, who is this artist? Who is this artist? Is it Omer Adam? Is it Gad Elbaz? Is it Eliad Nahum? Or is it Mati Kaspi? The drawing in front of you, who is that artist? You have 10 seconds from now.
And if you look at that picture of him, you can tell that it was taken before lockdown. If you took a picture of him now, the beard would be all the way down to there. So moving on to question 22. This is a question that you're going to need to press next now, first of all. And it's about the Declaration of Independence, which says, no, it's a different question that's come up. Which empire controlled Palestine up to the end of the First World War? Was it the Austro-Hungarian, British, the French, or the Ottoman? Which one of those four? End of the first.
Okay, we should all be on question 21. Press next now. Please go to question 21. Thank you. Which of the following towns is the most southerly? Which of these in Israel is the most southerly? Is it Bethlehem, Ashdod, Beersheba, or Netanya? Which of those? You've all probably been to all of them. Which one is the most southerly? Or maybe to none of them. But let's find out. 6 seconds, counting down now.
Okay, we're on question
22 coming up for Raymond.
Okay, which I almost gave away before. It's about the Declaration of Independence. And it says in the Declaration of Independence, if you press next now, you'll see the question. It says that the land of Israel was the what of the Jewish people. The Declaration of Independence says the land of Israel was the homeland of the Jewish people, the birthplace of the Jewish people, the dream of the Jewish people, or is it the destiny of the Jewish people? It really could be any one of those four. You've got to decide which one it is and get your answers in as quickly as you can before the time runs out.
My favorites. Chaim Weizmann, he developed an industrial process for producing something. What was it? Was it for producing acetone, benzene, polypropylene, or nitrogen? What did Chaim Weizmann produce an industrial process for developing? Which of those? 9 seconds, counting down.
Okay, now, before you press next, don't press next yet, the final question. It is my great delight to introduce somebody to ask that question for us, and that is the senior rabbi of the Spanish and Portuguese community in the United Kingdom, Rabbi Joseph Dweck. Please, what's the question?
My question for you is about Rav Avraham Yitzchak HaKohen Kook. He did many things and was many things. The question is, which of these things was he not? First Ashkenazi chief rabbi of Palestine, the rabbi of Spitalfields Synagogue in London, the founder of Yeshivat Merkaz Harav, a vegetarian.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Dweck. I'm going to repeat that question. So press next now. That's question 24, the final one of this half. Rabbi Abraham Isaac Kook, the father of religious Zionism, was many things. But which one of these was he not? It's a really tricky question. Which one was he not? The first Ashkenazi chief rabbi of Palestine? Perhaps rabbi of Spitalfields Synagogue in London? Was it the founder of the Yeshiva HaMerkaz Harav in Israel? Or was it vegetarian? One of these things he was not. You've got 5 more seconds. Get your answers in now. And that's it. That is the end of our first half of the quiz. So how do you think you did? Sababa or fashla?
Do you think it was an Esel or Balagan?
Chaval al Azman or?
Chaval al Azman. Chaval al Azman. Okay, which was it?
Pretty tough. So that is the knockout round over. So take a breath, everyone. Give yourselves a big pat on the back for however well you did. So we are going to try and go over those last 8 questions and give you the answers quite quickly, whilst behind the scenes, the elves are totting up the scores.
And we're moving on straight to the answers. Question number 17. Which one of the following was founded earliest? The answer is, look at that amazing photo. It was Rishon LeZion. Rishon LeZion, maybe there's a bit of a hint in the Rishon, which was founded in 1882. Neve Tzedek was founded in 87, Tel Aviv in 1909, and Degania the same as Tel Aviv. Raymond, 18.
Amazing. So in 1947, which was the special UN committee that recommended that Palestine be partitioned into Jewish and Arab states, the answers here were really spread widely. But what was the real answer? That's right. Lots of you knew this. It was UNSCOP. Now, personally, I feel a bit sorry for the UN because every time it has to come up with any new committee, it has to be really careful about the acronyms it comes up with. Personally, I don't think we're ever going to see any of these. The United Nations Task Force on Health, UNFIT, United Nations Office for Postcodes, UNZIP, and the United Nations International Arrest Warrant, UNWANTED.
I agree.
Don't groan at me. It's a free quiz.
They're not going to catch on. They're definitely not going to catch on. Question number 19. That was, what is the name of this artist? What's the name of that artist? Okay, and look at that, Charlie. Omer Adam. Omer Adam, as any Israeli will tell you. And it's also now enshrined in halacha that any bar mitzvah party is going to have one of his songs played at the party.
Now, this question number 20, seemed to trip quite a lot of you up. I hope you read it carefully. It was which empire controlled Palestine up to the end of the First World War? Lots of you put British, but actually it was, of course, here we go, the Ottoman Empire. There you go. As we all know, it's the only empire to have ever had a sofa named after it. And if Israel ever has an empire named after it, I think it should be called the Aztec Empire, as in we Aztec. I know that's an even worse pun than the last one. I can only apologize.
It's very painful, very painful. I'm not sitting on that sofa. Question number 21. Which of the following towns is the most southerly? Which of these towns was the most southerly? And we have Beersheba. Beersheba is your answer. Of course, we all know that the most southerly town in Israel is Eilat. And it's one of the few places on earth where you can see 4 different nations from one place: French, Russian, English, and Thai.
And on to question 22. The Declaration of Independence says that the land of Israel was, it really could have been any one of these 4. It would have fitted beautifully, but it actually was the birthplace of the Jewish people. Of course, so many of you knew that.
And we're on to question number 23, and that was about Chaim Weizmann. Chaim Weizmann developed an industrial process for producing something. What did it produce? Did you know it? It was acetone. It was acetone, and that was used in the production of armaments. And Weizmann's discovery was really vital for the British war effort, as well as subsequently the nail polish industry.
Of course. And finally, on to question 24, which I think was the hardest question, judging by how few people got this one right. So if you got this one right, you really do deserve to high five the person in your household who told you the answer. So yes, Rav Avram Isaac Kook was many things. Only one of these he wasn't. And the answer is actually vegetarian. Now, I know before you start shouting at the screen that you thought he was a vegetarian, yes, he was a very famous early champion of vegetarianism, but every Shabbat he would eat meat. So there you go. Well done, those of you that knew that. Well done, everybody who got so many answers right. And in fact, to be honest, well done for anybody who could work out what on earth was going on, following the instructions, listening to us, and doing the tech. If you've got any answers submitted at all, you are our high-tech heroes, if you like. Well done.
Absolutely. Way more high tech than we are, Raymond or I. Behind the scenes, what's happening now is that our team are beavering away and they're going to be selecting 9 of the top contestants who are going to go through to that final. So they're going to be contacting those finalists, this team, by phone. So stand by your phones. Please stand by your phones. If you're not one of the finalists, please don't be discouraged. You can still play along with all the finalists.
We're going to mention a few of the people that are with us today that have been either tweeting or sending us messages. I've just been sent a few of them. We need to say hello to Merav Shalom, Chag Atzmut Sameach to Merav in Israel, to Jenna somewhere in England. I'm not sure where that is. Sarah in South Africa. I hope you're able to have a barbecue out in the back garden, a nice braai for Yom Ha'atzmaut. To Aviva in Belgium, wherever you are, I hope you are celebrating. And to Libby, young Libby in Finchley, Atzmaut Sameach to you.
And we've also got somebody in Mexico. Well, they're in Mexico. We are reaching far and wide. So thank you to everybody who's joining us. Amazing. Okay.
Do you know what? I've just realised we haven't even talked about the prizes. And we know everybody at home, they must be on Spielkers wondering what the prizes are. So everybody at home,
yes,
you want to see what our finalists are going to be playing for. I know. So the team at Etgar have been working for weeks to bring together the very best prizes from across Israel, bringing them over to us so that we can offer them to you today. Everyone in the final is going to go away with a prize, all of our 9 finalists, something which they'll be able to treasure and they'll pass on to the next generation as long as, you know, it doesn't break on the way to them. A piece of high Israeli art, top culture and nostalgia. So let's have a look. I'm going to show you some of the prizes we've got. Just bear with me. Oh, this is one of my absolute favorites. It is the, I'm going to try and get it as near the camera as I can. It is the classic El Al mini aeroplane in a decorative box with a Magen David. You know, where they come around on the aeroplane and sell these. Look at that. These are really hard to get unless you've ever flown on El Al and bought one. What else do we have? We have this wonderful mug. I promise I haven't drunk from it. Look at those beautiful views. This is a top prize. I know you're going to want to win this one. Here are some wonderful coasters. There we go. We've got these lovely Israeli coasters. They are corked backed, protecting every surface. What else? Now look at these. We have these wonderful minifigures. We have Golda Meir. Look at that. Can you see that one? We got Chaim Weizmann. I won't get them out the box. Get my grubby hands on them. We have Moshe Dayan.
They're fantastic.
And we have David Ben Gurion. There you go. And there's 2 more prizes I want to show you. We have these fantastic cufflinks. Look at these beautiful Israeli flag cufflinks. Can you see that?
Who wouldn't want to wear those? They are stunning. Stunning.
I know, who wouldn't want to wear those? Okay, but the pièce de résistance, the top prize. Now have a look at your screens now. You'll see this iconic image of Theodor Herzl. There we go. It was taken on the balcony of the Three Kings Hotel in Basel at the first Zionist Congress. We asked about that earlier on. It was one of the questions. And there he stands, contemplating the future of the Jewish people. What an iconic image. So you lucky people, the winning team is going to be able to own a piece of that unique moment in history.
Herzl on the veranda. Herzl on the veranda is made from the highest grade of polypropylene. This Theodorable hand-painted statue has true-to-life colors and a realistic beard, a collector's item engineered to resist discoloration, at least for a few months, making it the perfect companion for your lockdown. Inscribed with a motto that captures the marriage between the Zionist dream and modern technology. If you will it, we can make it at 1/10 of the price.
And that really is no dream. Yes, the winners will own this unique piece of Israeli history. Well, not quite unique. To be honest, it really was the cheapest one of the 6 we could find on eBay. Just a quick announcement to everyone watching at home that if you are one of our finalists and we've already told you to get on online, please do it as quickly as we can. We're just still waiting for 2 or 3 of the 9 finalists. We want to get all 9 on. If we can't get them on quick enough, we don't want to lose everyone. We don't want to keep you waiting too long. So we'll go with fewer contestants. But we're really hoping all 9. So if you did get that phone call and you're trying to log on, just
Please.
quickly get on as quick as you can, because honestly, nobody wants to hear us two rabbiting on to fill time for too much longer.
They so don't. We want to hear you. We want to hear you. We want to go on to the final round, which is going to be fast and exciting. And we want to see who the winner is and how we're all going to do.
And just a reminder, if you weren't one of the 9, do stay on, because there is another round of questions coming up. You can still join in the Kahoot quiz just for your own pride, with your own friends and your own family. There's some really great questions. A couple more cameos from people, from faces you'll recognize, asking some of those questions. Okay, I think
we're looking forward to
like
that. We can't wait. I think we're able to go across to the final now. We're going to let the final begin. And don't forget to play along at home and see how you would have done. And we've got all those faces looking at us. Amazing.
Okay, we've got everything
looks
to
like
play
we're live
for.
on YouTube, everyone.
Okay, so please, if you're at home, those of you, those 9 of you, if you could just mute your Zoom screens for a minute, we'll let you know if you need to unmute. Okay, the 6
there's
of you,
6
should I
for the
say?
moment. There's 6 over there. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, just to make sure the 6 of you can see us and hear us, if you can hear me, just give me a little wave. Give me a little wave back now. If you can hear us, if you're one of those on Zoom, if you're one of the finalists, give me a wave. Can you give me a wave? No, you can't hear.
Why can't you hear? We have to sort that out.
Okay.
Why can't you hear us?
We do need to make sure that you can hear us. So folks at home, if you just bear with us in a second, folks at home, we will be there any second now. Let's go back. Okay, so we have got some people on the screen now. If we could just get all 6 of them up on the screen, if that's possible. We've got a 7th now. It's growing. Oh, no, there's 6 of them. Okay.
Okay, can we talk to you? We would love to talk to you. I want to talk. I would love to talk. Okay, the top right-hand corner. Let's have a look. Oh, you're moving around. Raymond, you go first.
Okay. Everyone, if you're on the Zoom, do me a favor. Mute yourself first of all, and then just wave to me. Give me a wave so I know you can all hear me. Give me a wave.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, some of you. Okay. Now, there is a family where there are, I can see maybe a dad and a daughter with a nice photo in a frame behind him, with an open shirt at the top. Give us a wave if you think I'm talking to you. There we go. Okay, if you unmute yourself, sir, just for a moment, unmute yourself.
Hello.
There we go. And what's your name?
I'm Eddie.
Eddie, and who's that with you, Eddie?
That's Michal.
She disappears. So, hi, Michal. And Michal, where are you at the moment? Which part of the world are you in?
Edgware, in London.
Edgware, the Costa del Edgware. That's where you've been holidaying in lockdown. Okay. And are you doing anything else for Yom Ha'atzmaut, apart from the magnificent quiz?
Yeah, we're having a barbecue in the rain later.
A barbecue in the rain. Okay, that's the most English. Okay. Julie, we'll go over to someone else. We wish you good luck. Mute yourself again. Julie's going to say hello.
Okay, there seems to be what looks like a family. What looks like a dad, a man is wearing a white t-shirt, and there are 2 boys wearing what look like Azerbaijani kippah. Yes, those jumping up and down. Okay, can you unmute yourselves and speak to us? We would love to speak to you. Okay, tell me your names. Can you tell us your names? We would love to hear your names.
Yeah, we're the Cohens from Sur Hadassah in Israel. I'm Simon. This is Dolev.
Simon.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you're from Sur Hadassah.
Sur Hadassah in Israel.
Welcome. Fantastic that you've got to this stage.
Thank you.
But tell us when you're not doing this, what are you doing normally? If you wouldn't be doing this.
I'm one of the people that work for the Advok Israel Gap Year program.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Phenomenal. Applicants for next year.
Amazing. So welcome.
Thank you.
How have you found it? Was it easy? Was it difficult? Was it just in the middle?
Pardon me?
How has the quiz been? Obviously, you've done pretty well to be here, but how did it feel?
Yeah, having a good time. That's what it's all about, right? Having a good time.
Absolutely. Having fun. Thank you so much. And congratulations for getting this far.
Okay.
Raymond.
I'm really sorry that we don't have time to talk to everyone. We're going to just talk to one more family. There's a family here that are coming to us from South Africa. Ooh. There we go. Who's in South Africa? Which of you? Wave to me if you're in South Africa. Who's that? Okay. If you just unmute yourself just for a moment. The South Africans. Just tell us, what are your names?
It's Greg.
And Nikki.
Greg and Mickey. Chag Sameach to you both. Chag Atzmaut Sameach. Oh, sorry. Chag Atzmaut Sameach. And whereabouts in South Africa are you?
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg. Okay, so I just that you did so well and got down to the final.
Sorry, broke up there, couldn't hear.
Are you surprised that you got into the final, or did you feel confident?
I'm surprised, but also confident. Nikki knew a lot of the answers, so it's good.
Okay. So let's just see if you're that confident in about 20 minutes' time. Okay.
Probably
Sorry that we
not-
can't
not
speak
with
to
the
all of you.
pressure.
We're going to move on with the quiz.
Can't speak to all of you. We would really love to, but we're going to have to move on with the quiz. So good luck to everybody. By the way, just to let you know that Benz from Hungary has left the game when he saw the prizes. So that tells you something about those prizes. Oh, Benz. But anyway, never mind. Good luck to everybody else. Yeah, okay. That was the problem. Put it down. Okay, let the final begin. Okay, and don't forget to play along at home and see how you would have done. But good luck to everybody who's playing.
Good luck.
Good luck. And don't forget. Okay, Yom Ha'atzmaut Etgar Challenge, round 2. Question 1 is coming up. And question number 1, in which country was Herzl born? Was it Australia, in the red, Denmark, France, or Hungary? In which country was Herzl born? Australia, the triangle, Denmark, the circle, Hungary, square, and France, the other one. 5 seconds to go. And the results are coming up. You got 5 of you got the answer right. Fantastic. Your answer was Hungary, as a lot of you seem to know. Well done. Fantastic. Let's have a look at where we're up to. How are we doing on the board? Yaeli is at the top. We're followed by Feige, I think, the Dahans, Eddie BW, the Cohens. So Yaeli's doing fantastically. Amazing. Shall we move on?
To question 2. Okay, here we go. The wonderful and late and much missed Amos Oz wrote, the best way to know the soul of another country is to what? Is it to read its literature? Is that the best way to know the soul of another country? Is it to learn its language? Is it to live amongst its people? Or is it to listen to its songs? You've got 10 seconds. Get your answers in nice and quick. Good luck. 3, 2, 1. We're out of time. Okay. Okay. So how many people got that right? No, nobody got that right. Nobody got that right. Unlucky. So we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. I suspect it won't have changed.
You suspected correctly. It looks
Here
like.
we
Okay,
go.
we're
Okay,
moving to question number 3. Question number 3 is happening now. Who is this? Is it Stav Shafir? Is it Golda Meir? Could it be Ayelet Shaked? Or is it Gal Gadot? Who is this coming together on your screen? 10 seconds. Counting down now. And the answer, you can see who the answer is. The answer is Ayelet Shaked, and you've done pretty well. Okay, some of you knew it, some of you didn't. Let us go to the scoreboard and see how that's affected where we are now. Yaeli has moved down 1 place, and Eddie has moved up. Okay, the Downs, the Cohens, and Fikes are doing well. We're all doing well, but Eddie is doing very well. Next question, Raymond.
Question 4, here we go. Israel's first television channel was launched in 1966. And for the first 2 years, what did it broadcast? It was only one thing it broadcast for the whole first years. What was it? Was it a static test card? Was it additional programs for children? Was it a daily news program? Or was it agricultural advice? Oh, nobody got it right. All of you thought the same thing and you were wrong. It was educational programs for children, because Israel's early leaders thought that television was a distraction. How foolish. So it really, once they launched it, they only put in education. Color programming only began with the broadcast of Sadat's arrival in Israel in 1977. I didn't know that.
Okay, we're coming to question number 5. Question number 5, and this is a culinary one. So get your culinary hats on. Which of these is an essential ingredient of knefe? Which is the essential ingredient? Is it cheese, white cheese that is, avocado, chickpeas, or olives? Which one? Olives, chickpeas, white cheese, or avocado in knefe? 8 seconds. And white cheese, you did pretty well. You know your food. You definitely know your food. Let's have a look and see whether the scoreboard is moving or changing. Okay, Eddie. Oh, Eddie has shifted and Yaeli is coming up high. Yaeli is high, but you're all doing extremely well. And actually,
Well
we're
done.
pretty close. Raymond.
Okay, so we're on to question 6. It's a very famous quote, but who said it? Who said this? You have to sit down and talk to people. You can't understand them from a distance. You all know the quote, but who said it? Was it David Ben-Gurion, Golda Meir, Yitzhak Rabin, or Chaim Herzog? Come on, you all know this one. 10 seconds left. Get your answers in. Make sure you don't run out of time. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Let's have a look. How do we do? Yitzhak Rabin. Okay, only 2 of you did that. Got that right. So that may have changed things on the leaderboard. So what are the scores on the doors? Let's have a quick look. Can we see the scores? Let's have a quick look. Oh, the Fags. Okay, so you're just ahead, slightly ahead of the Cohens. So there's still all to play for.
Okay, we are now on to, funnily enough, another food question. Question 7. Strauss ice cream is owned by, who is it owned by? Is it owned by PepsiCo, Unilever, McDonald's, or Walmart? Who owns Strauss ice cream? Is it owned by PepsiCo, Unilever, McDonald's, or Walmart? Over to you. Okay, and it is Unilever. Unilever, okay, we've got an interesting spread of answers, very interesting spread of answers. Let's go to the scoreboard, and it's moving. The scoreboard is moving, and the Cohens have moved into first place. Wow, amazing. There's a lot of movement every time. Well done. Strauss Ice Cream developed the technology behind the Magnum, too. Okay, Raymond.
They've started to steam ahead now, the Cohens. So, question 8. I think we've got a guest to ask us this question. Our 8th question. We are delighted to be joined by Shira Ruderman from the United States. Over to you, Shira, please.
My question to you is, who was Henrietta Sold? A, the first female member of Knesset. B, founder and president of Hadassah. C, Israeli ambassador to United States. D, David Ben-Gurion's wife. בהצלחה.
Toda rabba, Shira. So that question, in case you didn't hear, was who was Henrietta Sold? Was she the first female member of the Knesset? Was she the founder and president of Hadassah? Could she have been the Israeli ambassador to the United States? Or was she David Ben-Gurion's wife? Oh, I think they're getting this really quickly, this one. But are they getting the right answer? We'll find out. You all knew that one. Oh, no, not all of you. Most of you knew that one. 5 of you knew that one. So what does that do to the scores? Can we see? There we go. Hold on. Okay, the Cohens have extended their lead, and we're going to go back to Julie for question 9.
We are. And question number 9 is a question about acronyms. What was the acronym for Ben-Gurion's Labour Party? Was it MAPAM? Was it Mapai? There he is. Was it Mapach? Or was it Mazeh? Which one of those was the acronym for Ben-Gurion's Labour Party? 10 seconds counting down now. Wow, okay, amazing. Mapai, you've done amazingly. Fantastic result. So what does that do? Okay, so now it's the speed. Let's see. So Cohens are still at the top. And we've had some movement at the bottom. And the Abramovs are coming in. And we've got the Downs and Yaeli. Fantastic. Okay.
Okay. It looks like the Cohens are speeding ahead like a fighter jet, which is great. That's the next question. Israel developed a fighter jet called the Kfir. But what was that based on? Was it based on the Dassault Mirage? Was it based on the BAE Hawk, the Douglas A4 Skyhawk, or the McDonnell Douglas F4 Phantom? Now, who knows their aeroplanes here? You've got about 12 more seconds. Just make a guess if you're not sure. Running out of time if you haven't answered. Okay, it was the Dassault Mirage, which 4 of you got right. So we'll have a look at the score in a minute. But in case you didn't know what they did to alter it, they shortened the aircraft and they gave it a bigger nose, leading some people They just made them Jewish. I would never make that joke, though. Well done. You've extended your lead even further on 7,010 points, closely followed by Eddie BW.
Okay, interesting scoreboard. Interesting scoreboard. Okay, we have now moved into question number 11. Question number 11. Let's have it. In 1915, we've got a history question coming up. Britain and France agreed to divide the Ottoman Empire in a document. What was it called? Was it the Sykes-Picot Agreement, the McMahon-Hussein Letters, Palestine Partition Plan, or was it the Treaty of Westphalia? Which of those? Wow. Okay, so you knew the answer. It was the Sykes-Picot Agreement. Fantastic. Phenomenal response there. Colonel Sir Tatton Benvenuto Mark Sykes was a Conservative Party politician, no surprise there. And François-Marie Denis Georges Picot was a French diplomat. We're not going to go to the scoreboard. We are going to move on. I think we're going to move on. It was a different time back then. Okay.
We're on question 12. For all of you that like wine, which is the oldest winery in Israel? Is it Tishbe? Is it Binyamina? Is it Tepperberg? Or is it Rekanati, sorry. Is it Tishbe, Binyamina, Tepperberg, or Rekanati? It's one of those. You've drunk their wine, but which is the oldest? And there we go. Looks like nobody got that one right. Okay, so that won't have done anything really to change the scores. Nobody got it right.
Okay, so you're not the big new one. Okay, we're moving on to question 13. Question 13, which is a beautiful question. The Israel Philharmonic Orchestra was founded in 1936. By whom? Was it Branislav Huberman? Was it Yehudi Menuhin? Was it Zubin Mehta? Or was it Yasha Heifetz? Which of those individuals founded the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra in 1936? Counting down now. And it is a beautiful story. Oh, okay. So again, a great mix in terms of who got it right. Let's just, before we go to the leaderboard, it is an amazing story. So we just want to tell you something about it. You might know it already, about Branislav Huberman, who was a child prodigy at the violin. And he was hugely famous in his native Hungary. But when he saw what was happening with the Nazi power coming to power, he knew what was going to happen. And he put his whole career on hold to be able to get Jewish musicians out of Europe. He saved nearly 1,000 musicians. And with them, he founded the Palestine Philharmonic Orchestra, which became the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra when the state came into being, which is a beautiful and moving and phenomenal story of what can be done. Raymond, with that.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for that.
Question 14.
Okay,
well, let's go. Actually, you know what?
First.
Before we go to question 14, let's go to the scoreboard. Excuse me, I'm losing my earpiece. Can we go to the scoreboard? Wow. Okay. So the Cohens have gone into the lead. They are at the top, followed by Eddie, the Abramovs, the Downs, and Yaeli. So, but really, really strong scores all the way around. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on. Question.
There are still enough questions for all of you to catch up and for all of you at home to carry on playing. So, question 14. Who said there is no happiness for people at the expense of other people? Really famous quote. You've definitely heard it before, but who is it that said it? There is no happiness for people at the expense of other people. Was it Anwar Sadat? Might it have been Yitzhak Rabin? Could it have been Ariel Sharon? Or was it Bill Clinton? Which one of those four said it? Okay, well, 3 of you got that right. This is going to really split the pack now. It was Anwar Sadat, Lava Shalom, who learnt the truth of his. What does that do to the scores? Quickly, can we get that leaderboard up? Here we go. Okay, so the Cohens are still in the lead. Eddie, you are coming up strong, and the rest of you, you can still catch up. Question 15, Julie.
Question 15 is again a very moving question. Ilan Ramon's diary was recovered after the space shuttle Columbia crashed. What did it contain? Did it contain a sketch of the Earth, the prayer Kiddush? Was it a song that he wrote? Or was it a picture of the Lubavitcher Rebbe? Which of those? Which was the correct answer? 7 seconds, counting down now. There he is. And okay, the Kiddush prayer. Pretty amazing turnout in terms of your answers. The Kiddush prayer is absolutely right. Ilan Ramon, Israel's first astronaut, was a secular Jew, but he wanted to follow Jewish ritual when he went into space. So he was, first of all, the first astronaut to request kosher food. His mother and his grandmother were both survivors of Auschwitz, and he took a pencil sketch with him called Moon Landscape, which had been drawn by a 16-year-old boy, Peter Gintz, who died in Auschwitz. And he also took a microfiche copy of the Torah given to him by Israeli President Moshe Katsav. And Ramon, as we know, and the rest of the Columbia crew died during entry into Earth's atmosphere on November the 10th, 2013. Yehi Zichrono Livracha. Raymond. And the score. Before we go to Roman, actually, Roman, just 2 seconds before we come back to you, can we just have a look at the score? And it is now, oh, wow, the Cohens are doing really well, but so is Eddie BW. And the Dance and Ibrahimovs and Feig are all doing really well. Ed, back to
So there's really still everything to play for between at least two of you. The rest of you, I think, are playing for pride as we start to move on to the final question. And I am delighted and we are honored to welcome Isaac Herzog, or Buji as he is known, who is hopefully going to come on and ask this question for us. But the question looks like it's on the screen, so I'll read it for you. Which of these roles was not filled by him or his father or his grandfather? Maybe we'll see the clip afterwards. Which of these roles was not filled by Buji Herzog or his father or his grandfather? I'm really sorry for the technical hitch on that one. That went very quickly. The answer, as one of you knew, was the ambassador to the UK. Although Chaim Herzog was the ambassador to the UN, so that might have confused some of you. So that slightly rushed ending there, apologies for that. That means it's the final question of the quiz over. And backstage, wherever backstage is, in a room in another building, somewhere socially distant from me and socially distant from Julie, some people are working out the final scores. And any second they will tell us that we'll be ready and we will show you who is the winner. And I know you're waiting with bated breath at home now because you might be the one to read. Oh, look, in third place, it's the Dahans. Julie?
In second place, we have the Cohens and Raymond in first place.
Wow. Incredible. Stole it, I think, right at the very end. With 11 out of 16 right, it's Eddie BW. Everyone at home, give him a round of applause. All three of them, that was so close. The Cohens were ahead right until that last question. So I'm guessing Eddie was the one to get it right. So we're going to see if we can get Eddie. Who's Eddie? Remind us, who's Eddie? Give us a wave, Eddie. Of course, Eddie, we spoke to you before. Can you unmute yourself, Eddie? Are you there, Eddie? Can you hear us?
I'm here.
Okay, Eddie, now, to be honest, we know it wasn't you that got the answers right. It was that daughter sitting next to you who looks like the brains of the family. Remind us, is it Michal? What's your name? Remind us again.
Michal.
Michal, I was right. Michal, well done. Did you give your daddy all the answers and he had to press the button?
Yeah.
Were there any questions there, Eddie? Were there any questions that completely stumped you?
Quite a few. I mean, there was a lot of guessing. The last one was a brilliant question because I think that one had so many different sort of angles there. But I guessed the last one.
Great. If you could all do us a favour, if ever you bump into Buji Herzog, please do tell him that you did see the video of him asking the question, right? Because, you know, he put the time and effort in, something went wrong. So when you bump into him, say, we heard that question you asked. It was so good. I'd love it. Actually, everyone on Zoom, will you be happy? Can we show you him asking the question? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Go on, let's just show you him asking it. Because he's put in a lovely background behind him.
He's put the positions. Only one of them was not held by either my late grandfather, by my late father, or by myself. And the positions are leader of the Israeli Labour Party, ambassador to the UK, Irish boxing champion, or chief rabbi of Ireland.
Amazing.
Very good. Now,
the
keener-eyed amongst you would have noticed that up on his shelf, he had a miniature Herzl. Look at that. So that is your prize, Eddie and Michal. You can fight over you who gets it. Over to you, Julie.
And huge congratulations to all of you. Okay, before we close, we want to thank everybody who has made this possible, all of the sponsors. That is JW3, LSJS, the Jewish Agency, the Israel Embassy, the Chief Rabbi, the United Synagogue, JNF UK, UJIA, the Sephardi synagogues, the Reform synagogues, Masorti, Mizrahi UK, Bnei Akiva, Tribe, UJS, Camera, Limud, and so many others. In these exceptional times, it really is amazing to have all these different organizations standing together.
It really has been a really incredible challenge to put this together. So we have to thank the organisers of this unique event. Although we're the ones asking the questions, they did the work, they did the research, they put the questions together, they worked out the technology, and they've had to do this under really challenging circumstances. The organisers are an organisation called Etgar. We have to thank the Jewish educational charity. They are always thinking about how to make education more memorable, more fun, and more engaging. And I think everyone at home right now, you must be nodding your head in agreement that they have achieved that today.
We hope they have. We hope they are. Thank you so much. But finally, we want to thank you all, everybody, for joining us here today, because obviously we couldn't have happened without you. We hope you had an amazing time. And to close with, what we're going to do is sing the Hatikva. We're going to be singing the Hatikva, led by the fantastic Portnoy brothers, amazing Portnoy brothers. They were born and raised in Manchester. They are 2 of just 9 musical children, and they now live in Israel. And they tour the world playing their unique style of rock, of folk rock. You can catch them on YouTube, and you can follow them on @Portnoy Brothers. Thank you again, all of you, just so much for taking part. And we're going to be saying goodbye, but before we do that, we want to, all of us, join together in the Hatikva to celebrate Israel's 72nd Independence Day. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach, everyone. Please stand for the Hatikva.
כל עוד בלבב פנימה נפש יהודי הומיה ולפתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון